Hi there, teachers. Welcome back to my channel. I am April from Teach Travel Read, and I am so happy to have you joining me today to watch my teacher vlog. This vlog just takes place for the 2 days before Thanksgiving break. Hence, if you're a Friends fan, you know. So we have a couple activities that we're doing this week, so I really wanted to get on here and share some of those things with you that we are doing in our classroom this week, and hopefully give you some ideas of things you can use in your classroom, whether it is during the season or any time of the year. So stay tuned to find out more. So one of the things we're going to do today is a book tasting. I actually have this product for sale, I can't talk, in my TPT store. The reason we are doing this particular book tasting, you can do a book tasting for anything. You could do it for genre study, you could do it for actual book clubs, different things. So we are doing ours for book clubs that we are going to be doing in December. So before we leave for Thanksgiving, I want to get an idea of what the students want, and I'm doing it today on Monday, so that way I can narrow down and have their book selections made for them for Monday when we come back. Sorry, that was very confusing. I woke up at 3:30 this morning and could not fall back to sleep, so I'm just on the struggle bus right now, and I can clearly see this happening here. This is, you know, teacher tired sometimes. I mean, just anybody tired, but this is what's happening. Anyways, I have my tea brewing right now because I need it. When I do a book tasting, I love to decorate the classroom and do different things. I was just looking for some of my decor and I can't find some of it, so we're gonna have to do a little lower key, but that is not a big deal. I just don't have my tea light candles. That's one thing that I usually incorporate in my book tasting is tea light candles, and just kind of sets the ambiance and things, but I can't find those right now. So I use these red and white checkered tablecloths, and we just put them over our desk for the book tasting. And I also have these random little placemats, just like for, you know, at a restaurant doing those things. And then of course, I love a good costume, so I have my chef outfit ready to put on as well. And then part of what they also do is they have this little menu. And so with this menu, it literally just folds up, and it's called the Book Nook Cafe in my TPT store. The product is editable, so it can be changed, but then outside you can see here is all of the different information, and then when it's opened up to the inside, we can see all of the book titles that they're reading through, and then they make some marks on there and jot down which one would they want to read. I do require my students to choose books for book clubs that they have not read before, because we want it to be everybody's reading the same thing at the same time. So for this round of book clubs, I actually have 8 different books pulled out. They only have 6 slots on their menu, so they're gonna have to decide what do they want to do with that in terms of making sure that, you know, they just read 6, and that again can help cut back if there are books that I have that they have already read. So we're focusing on some realistic fiction types of books this time. So here's one of my students' favorites, Small as an Elephant, Jennifer Richard Jacobson. This one's always highly requested for book clubs. I end up, even a couple of years ago, had to buy more copies of the book because they all wanted to read it. So I ran multiple book clubs with the same book. Hatchet, absolutely love this book, so another great option for students to be able to read and discuss together. Great talking about survival skills. Bud, Not Buddy, this is a great one for 1930s Flint, Michigan, and what was going on during this time period. But you know, he's a motherless boy on the run, but he does have some special things going for him. Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. This one is all about a girl named Avon. She's born without arms and all of the different obstacles she has to go through. I believe they're even in talks or already making this possibly into a movie. So, and this is part of a series. Another great option, My Side of the Mountain. So again, looking at another survival type of book, this would be a great option. A classic of Old Yeller, so another option. This I do know, I believe it does have some maybe profanity in it, so some people try to steer clear of it. I do teach my students, you know, authors put words in books for a reason, and how we handle that as mature readers. The Watsons Go to Birmingham, another fantastic read, taking place in Flint, Michigan. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Same author as Bud Not Buddy. And then our last option for this round is Pax, one of my absolute favorite books I've read in the past several years, about a young boy who has a pet fox and how he has to send his pet fox back into the woods, but he then wants to reunite with him, and how the fox wants to reunite with him. I just love it so much. So those are all of the books that they are going to be tasting for our book tasting. I also have a couple slides that I'm going to put up during this book tasting. So these are also in my TPT product for things that, you know, you could include, and there are different editable pieces, but it just has welcome to the Book Nook Cafe, let's devour up some delicious books, me my chef outfit as a Bitmoji, and then just the steps to fill out the menu. I'll go over the directions with the kids, but it's just a fun and engaging activity. Very simple, doesn't require a lot of extra work, just to create that small classroom transformation for your kids. All right, it is Tuesday, November 26th, and this is our second day of school this week and our last day of school this week before Thanksgiving break. So today is Dress Like an Idiom Day, because in our ELA unit, we are doing a lot of figurative language and learning about different aspects of figurative language, and idioms are a big part of that. So we came up with the idea of having the students do Dress Like an Idiom Day, so each student is dressed as something different as an idiom, and of course teachers are participating too. Can you figure out what mine is? Give you a better view here in case you're not getting it. It's butterflies in your stomach. So we are just doing this as something fun to do in the classroom, just to have a little extra fun before we leave for Thanksgiving break, and the students are going to try to guess each other's idioms that they are dressed up as or wearing, and that's kind of the gist of that. It's not a huge deep thing. You could make it more, but it's just all about making sure that they understand what an idiom is, that they're dressed up as that idiom or have something that shows that idiom. And then we're just gonna do a little guessing game this morning to see if we can figure out each other's costumes or outfits as to what they are dressed up as an idiom. So that's pretty straightforward there. As for the rest of our day, it's just pretty much per usual. So we did our book tasting yesterday. They absolutely loved that. And I am gonna go through and figure out who's going to be in which book clubs when we come back next week, and then we can get started with the book clubs. And yeah, that's just pretty much it for this week. Just finishing up some things in science. We have been focusing on water filtration. We are reading the book A Long Walk to Water. I can do a whole video about that because that is one of my absolute favorites, and I do so many tie-ins to science, social studies, writing with that. It's a huge activity, cross-curricular thing that I do with that, so I can do a whole other video about that because I can go on about that for a long time. But that's pretty much what we have going on. So we're gonna say peace out for the rest of this day, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date on my latest in the classroom. Love this journey for you.